Hey, what's up? This is Reed, and today I'm going to be talking about outlet wall mounts that are very useful. They free up counter space, avoid spills, they hide cords, and they open up locations on where your device can be. And these mounts are just small little pieces of plastic, so you might be wondering, can't I just 3D print these things? And hold that thought, I'll be covering that at the end. I bought the highest rated outlet mounts on Amazon for the Google Home Mini, the Echo Dot 3rd Gen, and the Wyze Cam or the Wyze Cam Pan. And I only picked the very best ones for this video. Of course, all the links will be down in the description. First, the Wyze Cam Pan outlet mount. And after reviewing the Wyze Cam Pan months ago, I left the camera on the TV stand and I didn't mount it, and the camera does move over time because it spins around and it eventually fell off. I don't feel like there's ever a good spot for the Wyze Cam Pan. You leave it out in the open and it can get great footage, but the camera does stick out. So I think the outlet mount does solve these issues. The mount costs about $12 and it comes with a really small micro USB cord. It takes about 20 seconds to get this thing set up, and it works with the Wyze Cam or the Wyze Cam Pan. Even though their bases are different shapes, they're the same width and the same height, which is a little surprising. Plug it in and it's very secure to the outlet, and the cord is basically non-existent, and it looks so much better than if it was on a table or a shelf with that long cord sticking out. The mount works very well and it even gets good footage down low where the outlets are, even though it might not be the most flattering footage. Wyze came out recently with their own version of a Wyze Cam Pan outlet mount, but I don't really like it as much because you have to screw it into the wall. And anytime I can avoid putting holes in the wall, I'm going to choose that option. And the outlet mount is much more flexible because you can unplug it and plug it in somewhere else if you want to move it, and it holds it securely. So I think that the outlet mount is a great option for the Wyze Cam Pan. Next, the Google Home Mini and the Echo Dot 3rd Gen outlet mounts. And these are ideal for a kitchen or a bathroom. The Echo Dot 3rd Gen's mount is from Dot Geni, and they make very good mounts. This mount uses the existing power cord for the Echo Dot, and you do have to wrap around the cord, which isn't ideal, but it wasn't too bad because there was plenty of room for the cord. And make sure you hear it click when inserting the Echo Dot, and the power cord will have plenty of room to go in. It comes in white or black, and white obviously matches our Echo Dot and our kitchen well, so we went with that color. You can mount it going up or down. It feels pretty solid, so it's not going to slip out or fall. It does have little hooks that hold onto the fabric, and it doesn't seem to pull on the fabric, but I would be careful when removing the dot so it doesn't rip the fabric. The angle didn't really affect the audio playback quality, and using the decibel meter, it was very similar when it was mounted or on the counter. The mount is $9 and it's not too bad to get the dot off the counter and avoid spills and hide the cord. And it works great in the bathroom. You might not have thought about putting it in the bathroom because the counters are small or there's like water that might spill on it, but it works great if you're listening to your flash briefing or listening to music in the bathroom. Or if you forget toilet paper, you can use the broadcast or announce feature.
Help, I need more toilet paper.
And if you think the NSA is listening to you, well, you can give them something to listen to when you're on the toilet. There was 2 highly rated mounts for the Google Home Mini, so I bought both of them, and one similar to the Echo Dot mount that I showed earlier, and the other one is called the Google Home Mini Backpack, which cost a little bit more. The first one is by Amertech and it's $9, and it works good but isn't great. Installing the Google Home Mini in this was difficult because there wasn't a whole lot of room for the cord like there was in the Echo Dot mount. So after a few tries, I put the cord in first and inserted the Google Home Mini and finally got it to work. The hooks keep it in place, but they do seem a little bit harsh because it pulls a lot on the fabric. And my guess is after using this for a little while, it might actually tear the fabric. You also can't easily access the mute switch because it's buried under the cord. Not that I use the mute switch often, but it's still a negative. It does look good once it's plugged into the wall, and you can plug it pointing up or down. And there's also plenty of room for the other outlet. The second one is the Google Home Mini Backpack by Dot Geni. And this one costs $15, but I like it a lot more than the other Google Home Mini mount, so it's definitely worth the extra $6. It comes with its own power adapter and cord, which is very short. The mount clips onto the plastic part of the Google Home Mini, and it doesn't touch the fabric. It feels much more secure, and I'm not worried about it ripping the fabric over time. The backpack takes up a lot less space, and I think it looks better because everything's hidden behind the Google Home Mini. On the mount, the mute switch is accessible, so that's a plus. The only slight downside is that the clearance for the plug underneath will be a little tight. Most cords will still be able to plug in, but it's just something to be aware of. So what does it take to 3D print something like this? And I've actually never 3D printed anything before up until recently, where I went to my local hackerspace to 3D print a Google Home Mini outlet mount. And there's a lot of really good ones online that you can download for free. Like this R2-D2 one looks awesome. And of course I'll put links to everything down in the description. I thought this could be a lot cheaper just to print one myself. So I went to go print it. It was gonna take about 4.5 hours to print it, which the place was gonna close before it would finish. So I ended up just printing a little whistle. The whistle doesn't even work. It was really cool to watch it 3D print though. And if anybody's interested in 3D printing for smart home related things, comment down below and I'll spend more time on it in a future video. I've really liked using outlet mounts to get as much stuff off the counter and desk as possible. And I think it looks so much better by hiding the cords. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel to see more smart home videos and we'll see you again next time. Next time on Smart Home Solver, seeing if my 3D printed whistle will impress my 3-year-old.
You disappoint me, Dad.